guys, I just wanted to pop on really fast and give you a little tip, or actually a technique for Tuesday's tips and techniques. That's a tongue twister. I hope you guys are all doing good and all that good stuff. And I am just going to show you how we can turn our acrylic paint into kind of like a watercolor form. Excuse my plate. Sometimes whenever I have like leftover paint, I just swirl it just to clean it up so there's not like big bumpy spots. So art on my plate. So I'm just going to show you how we're going to turn our regular acrylic into some watercolor. And basically all we're going to do is water it down quite a bit. So it's really, really watery. You still want it to be pretty with lots of pigment in it, but very watery. And then all of a sudden we have ourselves, let me do one over here, some acrylic. Then you go clean out your brush and get just water in your brush, and you can move that around and just wiggle it around. It's not going to really wiggle around as well as actual true watercolor because that is made that way, but if you can see this, you can see how it truly does look a lot like watercolor. Okay, so if you're looking for that watercolor look, see all that? That's so pretty. I'm just going to fill these in. I think I'll do the heart pink. I'm going to do the out edges. I love pink. It's my favorite color. And you can go in with either some more if you want it really colorful, or if you want it light, like an ombre, you can go in with just some water. So you can have fun and just play with the acrylic paints as if they're water paints. So I think I'm gonna add this one here, maybe there. I always like to get the water. That's how I do the watercolors anyways. And then that way it kind of gives it like an outer shade is darker and the inner shade has like a little bit of an ombre look. And who doesn't like an ombre look, huh? I do anyways. I love ombre. Anything ombre I love. Okay, now we're gonna fill this in. And if you want to remove some of this, if there's too much paint, like I have too much paint, I'm just going to get my brush, clean it out really good, and just dry sweep it. And that's going to remove that dollop of water that was left there. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more time with a different flower. And actually, I'm going to, since I said I love ombre so much, I'm going to do some ombre in here. Why not, huh? Since I have extra paint. See how fun that is? See, I love ombre. It's so pretty. So there you go. But see how fun that is? You can even do that in a flower or whatever. But I'm going to do this little sunflower just to kind of give you another idea how to do it. This is pretty wet, so, but you got to do it before it dries because it will dry rather quickly. Now I'm cleaning out my brush and just having water in it, and I'm going to wiggle all that in. That way it gets lighter in here and darker around the edges. But as you can see, I'm only doing 2 at a time because, especially being acrylic, it will dry rather fast. And then those lines that you see right here that I'm making right now, they won't blend if you don't kind of hurry and do it. And I'm just going back in with some water. I'm just going to wiggle all that paint that's still a little bit wet right here. I'm going to wiggle it around and see how it gives it a nice lighter tone inside. And like I said, once again, you can remove some paint, get a dry brush and go in and remove some if you want, like even more lighter in the middle. Okay. Oops, I need water in there. See how cute and fun? And if you want it a little bit darker, just go in with some a little bit more pigmented colors around wherever you want them. go around all the in here. I'm gonna go around the center. On the edge. And I'm gonna get my brush. I'm just gonna wiggle this around, and this is fun because it gives it like a very rusticy. Not rusticy. That's not really the messy. I love messy watercolor art. I always have. I like a little bit of brown in my bases of my watercolor, like that. So I can put some there, and it kind of runs. It kind of drips out, you know. And if I feel like there's too much, I'm just going to take some more yellow and go and kind of blend it with some yellow, and see how fun that is. Just starts to give it some dimension and some really fun, little dimension and colors. That brown, taking that brown out into the sunflower makes it really pretty. This sunflower, actually, I could have, where's my pen? I don't know if this is the right pen or not, but I could have made this actually a bigger sunflower by putting petals behind. Because it was, I just drew it really fast, so I really wasn't anticipating doing that. But since we're doing it and I have a little extra paint, we're just gonna go for it. Okay. I guess Tuesday's tip and technique turned into a Tuesday tutorial. So, but that's okay. We always have fun learning new stuff, and these are just fun little techniques that we just kind of learn along the way. And one day you'll be painting something and you'll think back, oh, I remember I could do that with watercolor. If you don't have watercolors, you'll say, you know, you'll remember this, and you'll remember that you can go back and you can use acrylics to make your watercolors if you don't have any watercolors on hand. Now I'm just blending it all in to make it look nice. This back in these is kind of shaded because it's behind, so it's got a little bit of darkness back here. And I'm gonna go in with my water and just blend it so it's not so harsh. Add some brown around. So see how pretty that is? And then if you want your center to be darker, just use less water. And it's not as much as a watercolor that way. But you can do it either way. You can add a teensy, I'm adding a teensy bit of water. I'm kind of pushing it out towards the circle area, and that leaves the center like a kind of like another ombre look, which gives it a lot of dimension, which looks really good. So yeah, so there you go. I hope you can see that. I hope you're in frame. But yeah, there's just some fun little technique of using acrylic paint and turning it into a watercolor. So I hope you guys have fun. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you do it, share pics. And I will talk to you guys soon. See you later. Bye.